Right, welcome back to Maya's shit show of a zoo. This is Maya's Lake Island Zoo. It's okay, it's a good zoo. If you didn't see what was happening whilst I was streaming live, and I didn't know it wasn't working properly, we built this. It's just a little hut. It's in keeping with the rest of the buildings here. Other than the light, I would have liked a different light. And we do have a keeper hut here and a staff room small here, and this is going to be a nice exhibit for an animal that can go in there, probably our tiger, so that will work quite nicely. But we have got the staff path going up there to stop our guests coming in the zoo. I'm going to play now, and hopefully the game doesn't completely kill on me. Oh, the whole game pretty much did. It didn't like it, did it? Maybe it was the game. Maybe the game bugged out for just a second there and didn't like being paused whilst I was pissing around. Maybe not. The game definitely didn't like it. But either way, the game seems to be running fine now. The stream seems to be running, so I'll take that as a minor win in this very, very difficult situation. So we have got an issue with the aardvarks here. Apparently there's an incorrect sex ratio. So the best way of checking, anyone that is interested, I found this out in one of the last episodes, is you click on one of the aardvarks, we'll click their Zoopedia, and we basically go here. So you can have up to one male or one female. There shouldn't be any more than two aardvarks in there really, and we've got 4. So we need to figure out who the weakest links are and remove them from our zoo. So first of all, we have Mandisa, who seems pretty good. We've got Talzia, who's not as is more fertile but not as big. So my instinct, and she's expecting though, so we might want to keep her for a little bit. This one isn't expecting so much, so we could probably look at sending you to the trade centre. We got this guy here who is another girl. How many girls have we got? Oh, we've got too many. But that one's due. So, and this one, yeah, isn't a great one. So again, we can send the animal to storage. I hope the quality's okay. It is 720p now, so I've had to lower it just so you're getting something, and I hope you are getting something. These guys aren't happy for numerous of reasons, and the biggest of reasons being they've got no hard shelter. So let's try and give the aardvark something, at least in their habitat, just to have for now. They've got these basic metal shelters, which aren't awful, I suppose. They'll most certainly do a job for now. I don't like the fact they don't have... That one's got a nice roof, which is quite nice. But they've got no sides. I have noticed that. These ones look a bit better. I quite like them. But we'll use one of the metal basic shelters only because... Why not? We'll build it in with a fence. I don't like the step though. Flipping camera. Can we lower that down? Yeah, they want that. That's quite nice. So now they've got a bit of hard shelter, so hopefully, yeah, they're pretty happy with that. Not overly happy. They're happy with the terrain and everything. They've got no food enrichment, which again is a bit frustrating. We can definitely, when we've got things like barrel feeders and stuff, that we could definitely have. Yeah, and all of a sudden they're really happy. So we'll leave that as it is. So they're now happy with theirs. We know that the Bakari mandrill there, he's not happy because there's not a lot of space. Big overcrowding issues. Now we could remove the tortoise exhibit and just make it a little bit bigger for them, our mandrills, and I think we might do that. I'll keep these tortoise in the trade centre. I think they're actually really happy. The only issue they've not got... Yeah, we'll worry about them in a minute. The mandrill have got a big problem. So their group, because they can't climb the walls anyway, their group is a 5, 1 male. And let's have a look. It's a 5-1 male. Environment, no climbable space. They're actually happy with the space. The issue is the climbability of that space. There's no climbable space, so that's why they're unhappy. So a simple thing, I guess, for the mandrill would be to add some climbing equipment, so they would be a little bit more happy, right? So let's click on the mandrill. Hopefully there's some pre-built climbing frames. There are. Brilliant. There's another one here. Pretty close to it, I suppose. Even being part of that same climbing frame, I'm guessing we can do that too. Tie it up on the same one, and it looks like it's all part of one. And all of a sudden, they've got some pretty decent climbing equipment. I like that. That's quite nice. Don't know what happened there. Oh, they need to be unboxed again. Just because I'm changing something in their exhibit, I think. We can duplicate that and just turn it around. I guess they didn't like it, did they? They don't like you putting new stuff down. There we go, we just unbox them all every time. But yeah, all of a sudden that should have done something to their climbable space. And yeah, it's gone up slightly, it's not perfect. The other issue they've got is they've got no hard shelter. Now this could technically count as hard shelter, but it's not for some reason. So what we'll do is we'll go facilities. The issue with their hard shelter in their habitat will be that it is going to be climbable. So what we can do they're all gone. They've all gone. Let's just unbox them all again. And then what we can do, put down some bedding for them. Right, so they now will be, I'm guessing, a little bit happier with the situation in there. Space-wise, it has improved. We'll duplicate that and put that over here, maybe. Duplicate, put it there. Hoping that's not too close, actually. And all I'm doing is just plopping down some. Well, that was awesome. Yeah, that was fucking sick. Look at the size of that. That's cool. Sick. So we now have a lot of climbable space. These should be a lot happier, these mandrills. They're food platforms over there anyway, so they're not going to be too worried. And space is drastically increased because we've increased the climbable area. They have hard shelter. It's not massive, but it's better, so we'll take that. So we'll be pretty happy. Plants is a bit of an issue, so let's put some plants in there that they're going to enjoy and like. So let's go plants. I think the animal welfare is really important. It does increase guests, so it's definitely worth doing. And obviously because protesters removed from your zoo, which we probably have got rid of. No, we have 11 protesters still, and we ain't making a profit, so this is not we're not making a great profit anyway. So coverage, what do they like? They like tropical, they like Africa, so let's go biome, tropical, continent, Africa, and I guess we can stick some of these guys in. I'm pretty happy with that. So they like these trees, I suppose. They're alright trees. Again, pissed off all the mandrills. Hopefully they can't escape. We'll test it in a minute. So again, plants. Again, they like those trees we mentioned. They also like coconut palms. Plants, they're really happy now, so that's good. So we've actually massively increased it. Hard shelter's not great, but that's okay because their habitat they're 92, so they're pretty happy. Toy enrichment's the other issue, so we go to habitat. Oh dear, ice block. You can put that there, I suppose. Every time I place something in this exhibit, they hate it. Put another roller feeder over there, I suppose. We could put a water pipe in. Get rid of that. These guys like sprinklers, so we'll just put the sprinklers in. That one's floating in a bush, but that's okay, we can lower that down. Cracking, and these guys now should be a shed ton happier. Toy enrichment's still not good actually. Enrichment. Toy, they're not overly happy with there. Maybe we need to do a bit of research so we can get one of our vets, which is the one. You need to be studying that anyway. So let's get in. We're going to need to get in another vet by the looks of it. Which is a little bit frustrating, so we'll get a vet in. And you, my vet friend. Only going to be conducting vet research. And if we go to zoo, go to the vet research, can you just study the mandrill? Great. So we've not removed the tortoise, although they're not happy, they've got no hard shelter. Just literally rammed any of these animals. Frustrates me. Which one's this one? This one's the Galapagos. Let's go to get the mandrill. Species. Galapagos. Oh, we've got no shelter for you. Apparently. A little bit upsetting. I'll put a block of frozen. Nice. Okay, we could build something here. I'm nervous about the mandrills climbing on the fucking thing. Here, there. So construction, what we'll do, if we get a flat roof, go to the roofs, there should be a nice wooden roof. Yeah, I suppose that'll do. It's not right. If we just take that, can we grab the group? The only issue is we're going to find it difficult to rotate them, I think, because they're grid items. A little bit frustrating, but not what I can do about that, I don't think. Because they're not. If I click on that, you go edit grid. Just like nothing. Because these are a little bit different. They'll. So grab that and grab that. And can we move the selection down? Down. Brilliant, that's perfect. And then what we could do with this is try and push it straight. Nice. Bring it down. Nice. Turn it up slightly. Duplicate move. So I'm quite happy with that. And again, we're using these logs. I know. Click on that. Duplicate. Bring it over here. So down. I don't think it's going to change anything, is it? Moving this way, moving this way, moving this way, moving this way. That's fine. Get another one, go like you. Can we just move you? Oh, we actually let them put two down, that's not too bad. Nice, and then duplicate, and then do that, do that, move them up. Don't need that anymore. That'll do for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. All it needs to be is there. And then what we can do in the habitat is chuck down a couple of these bad boys. 1, 2. And now our turtles, or tortoise, will have some hard shell. It's not a massive amount, it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be enough to look good there. Our mandrills shouldn't climb up there. Shouldn't get into the tortoise exhibit. But it gives our tortoise something else. They're quite happy with plants, enrichment, they don't care about anything else. I think they're pretty happy. Yeah, we nailed that. So all of a sudden our tortoises are happy, which is good news. Elephant cleanliness is a little bit of an issue. Comes down to this piece of shit. Every now and again you get a really annoying gameplay mechanic, which decides to be a big dick. I love this though, look at that. There's like an encavement there. So what we'll need to do is try and put some sort, because I'm guessing, let's go water. Yeah, this water's clean, not been affected. This water, bad, not good. It's causing the elephants to have a problem. So you could argue that we need a water pump. And what we can do is probably use a pathing system, because there's the path. That path only comes up to there and then stops. So this isn't actually being utilised as a path at all. That exhibit wall goes all the way in there, look. comes all the way through. Oh, that cave. What cave's cool? So, I suppose what we can do with this path here... Oh, they're nice cute paths. With this path here, which for some reason they use Cozy Mosaic. Actually, it's not even Cozy Mosaic, it's that weird tile path. I don't know what's that. Can we not? Oh, I haven't even checked whether we've got terrain tools. No, of course we have not. So this is actually, this path is just useless. Really, at the minute. What we want is a path that goes from here effectively this way. Oh, lovely. And that sort of works. I don't know why it wants to go that way though. Really strange. Can we put you perhaps there? Yeah. Nearly. Spending so much money just trying to get this done. So we need to really be on one distance. So can we angle snap him off? Up. Control Z. It's been an absolute prick this game sometimes. Up one. Up. I just want to go up straight. Go straight there, I suppose. Anyway, the whole point of this was to create a little offset here. So staff paths, a really nice small staff path coming off here, and effectively don't worry about the path too much. I know it's hideous. It sounds like a weird noise, isn't it? Right, now Now that should... it doesn't... Does that not cover it? It's not powered. Okay, that's fine. Now the fucker is. So... It's treated. Good. Okay. So that should improve the living environment. They're fighting for alpha, incorrect sexing. God, this game today. Let's go Zoopedia. Let's see exactly what's happening here and try and fix it. So, species data, 1 male. So that's all you can have in a habitat. And believe it or not, we have too many males. So Akili is too young. We can remove Caden or Jonas. Let's just remove Caden, it's just easier for my life. And that should instantly... I'm hoping... instantly solve our... Yeah, so the terrain setup's a bit off for this animal. It's typical, isn't it? First time we haven't really had to do anything. So they want a bit of long grass in here. They want a bit of short grass in here. And that's just right. There you go, it's not a very big habitat, is it really? And then they want some shelter, which is mad that they don't have any. So let's just make sure that they have some. We've done shelter for everyone else. Species. How are they for... Oh shit, I'm going to do that. How are they for fun stuff? Yeah, not very good, to be fair. So they're the common warthog, so they should be pretty easy to find. Species, common warthog, and yeah, they can pretty much get away with anything. Solve a problem. Some more protesters going home now, which is juicy. And the other issue they had, so that hard shelter's done nothing for them. 7% hard shelter. Really? Delete that rock. That tree. Yeah, a lot more hard shelter. That actually really helped them. We probably, I know it sounds a bit stupid, but duplicate another one, because why the fudge not? It'll hurt them. Have that whole thing protected, and they should be a lot happier with that. Oh, look at that, hard shelter's good. Now the plants, they're not overly happy with what they've got in here. They don't mind coverage, but if they're all the wrong plants, it really doesn't help them. So things like the wattle bush, this, they don't actually like it, and they'd be better off without it. But if we click on plants now, yeah, they're really not happy. So we need to change it up. So what do they like? They like tropical Africa, which we've got. So they're actually okay with palms, although they don't look great. But these things here, they'll quite like these, I'm sure. And shiz. Just turn it into a bush. All of a sudden they're really happy with where they're at and what's in their exhibit. 96% plant we'll take, we ain't going to change too much. Enrichment was the other issue these guys had, which is a shame because there's so much for enrichment that they can have. They can have this, they can have that, they can have a small barrel feeder right up close and personal with their group, and they can have sprinkler systems, although they're pretty happy with temperature, to be fair. but a couple of sprinkler systems won't do much harm. So that should increase them quite nicely. They said they want a couple, so we'll just duplicate that. Over there. There we go. So our protesters, they are targeting our... Oh, cool, nice cave. Our spotted hyena. And the big issue for these guys is space. Wow, really, really struggling with space. I'm not going to be able to improve that situation for you, I don't think. They like grass. Let's solve that problem. He's happy with everything else, but his social group, he really isn't. They require a mate, I'm assuming. And our female is all alone. So let's try and get a male in. Anytime you add a new animal in anywhere they like it. How did that happen? How did you escape? The exhibit's intact. Isn't it? Yeah. So did he... Wait. There is a way of doing this, so you can click a warthog. Go like that. And go traversable. There's a traversable one. Animal welfare. No. Traversable. So there isn't any way. So he can't get on our new little shacks. That's a bit strange. I don't understand how he's escaped. I would say we'd try and keep a lid on it and see what happens, but he won't move too much. He'll get moved. Everyone's fleeing like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Point is, we're not worried about that. Our big issue is we need a spotted hyena. We need a male as well, ideally, and we're going to have to put them straight in here. Now, how big is this actual exhibit? So it is... It goes under there, and then they utilise this. Yeah, no. We can't make it any bigger, unfortunately. In a situation, the option we may have, there is an option we may have, and that is pushing the boundary, this boundary, right up against this one, and having the guests go above. So come out of here without the steps and just walk across. So they're actually above the spotted hyena, and it will expand it, not too much, but enough maybe to make a bit of a difference to... Anyway, we're going to find out as soon as this spotted hyena goes in. So social group's good. Size is a big issue. I don't think that's a 0% situation. In my head, that's not. They need twice the size of an exhibit. So maybe we move them out to a more sizable exhibit over here. So yes, and that'll be twice the size nearly-ish. It'll put them in a new environment, and maybe we can put a new animal here, because they're not enjoying that, and we need to help them out a little bit. Because other than that, other than the space is the big killer for them. So we need to change that. So before we're going to end this episode, what we're going to do is build our wonderful hyenas a new exhibit, and we're going to do that here. We said we were going to utilize it. I figured why not, right? And we don't need it to be 14 in length, or 2. Don't worry about the actual... Hyenas can't climb anyway. You can have the wall going through here anyway. Do is just move that to there. Then we'll escape that. Can we edit the barrier here? I want to add a point in there. Move it to there, that's fine. Grab that one and move him slightly into the building, that's fine. Move that one. Fine, and then if we can put an air tug. That's fine. And then what we'll do, if we grab our hyenas, who again aren't overly happy. I don't know whether is the space any bigger? It looks bigger. Maybe it's just me because there isn't a lot of. This is an invalid destination, apparently. Oh yeah. Barriers, can we null it? And there. Into there. Now is it a complete exhibit? Yeah, maybe. I can imagine them being quite horrible creatures, spotted hyenas, I'm not sure. But we'll see. So those guys will run and go and get the spotted hyenas now. They'll come into their new habitat. That's probably traversable, knowing my luck. So I guess what we can do, we grab a couple of these rocks. Yeah, duplicate them. Definitely didn't need to duplicate all of them, but whatever. Put some rocks in there. They've got shelter, not too worried about shelter. And again, what we can do, yeah, this is their shelter. So, oh, I just can't wait to begin. Nice, and we put a nice little amount of stuff in there. So hopefully these guys, there we go, they come, here they come, here they come. Change this to spotted hyena. I'm going to check the space before I do too much with it. The space is better. It's better. That's good news. I don't know when we add the other one whether that's going to be the same, but it is better. And I take better over anything. We could, I guess, round this up and make it a bit bigger for them. But it is better. And that is the key thing. Make things better and people will like it. Spotted hyena. They like sprinklers, apparently. Let's put a couple of sprinklers out for them. Have a large ball. Give them a large tray of food. Yeah, we like that. Put that there. Oh, what's that? Always useful. Oh my god, the elephant! What the fudge happened there? Well, that's not good, is it? During an inspection? Oh dear, that was ridiculous. Barriers. The other one's going to escape, so we've got to fix it. Delete. And then... oh my word. Mechanic. Oh dear. Fighting due to overcrowding in the aardvark. So there can only be one male and one female in an aardvark enclosure. We learned that earlier on if the actual stream was working. And at the moment, as you can see, there's 2 females. We'll keep the youngest. We'll send the oldest away. That should solve that problem. Right, we've solved a lot of problems. We've got a lot of money in. In fact, we've done the yearly profit one. Have at least 1,150 guests in the zoo for 3 months. We're doing that right now, which is good news. And have no protesters. We have vastly reduced the amount of protesters. And that's just because of a couple of basic moves. Obviously, this now enclosure is empty, which is good news. This enclosure is full. What I do need to make sure, firstly, that nothing is traversable in this. Oh, we actually did some research, which is good news. We'll come back to that in a minute because I was in the middle of something. So if we click him and we click habitat, nothing's traversable. You can only go where it's blue, which is good news. Quite like that. So we worked that out quite well. There's a couple of issues. His social's not great. The terrain's not great in here, so we can obviously add a bit more of that. They like a bit of soil, so we can put some light soil around there. And they like sand. We'll put some sand on, I suppose. Like a lot of sand. Oh no, we don't like any sand. Oh, I misread that. Give them some more grass. Get long grass over. There you go. Why not? Because you want some long grass. Plants, they don't care, which is fine. Social group space is a bit of an issue when there's 2 of them in here, and that does reduce their welfare significantly. So we're going to have to look, maybe in the second episode of this, or maybe in the first real episode of this, because this might just be removed because it's just not worked for me as a stream. We've had a bit of a nightmare. But if you're tuning in now, welcome. Great to have you. But yeah, just been massively frustrating episode. What we do want to do. Yeah, so what we might do is end up shortening this, bringing this around here slightly, just so they've got a bit more space to play with. Because they're not happy. They're not happy at all. And they're not enjoying their space. I've got no other space to give them on this small rock of land, like this small big piece of land, really, that they can traverse. I think maybe, even if I went to so much of the trouble as to sort of move the exhibit barriers to as far out as these ones can go, even giving them like that, for instance. We'll see. We'll see how much we can get away with it. Because there may be an option. Yeah, they'll traverse that, so we've got to be a bit careful. Don't know whether that's going to help. What we can do is grab a couple of rocks. That's my favourite bit. Let's duplicate the rocks. Do quite nicely. So we've made the area a small tad bigger. How have they reacted to that? Not much. Space has gone up. The overall welfare of the animals are 67%. So just by making those little tweaks and little improvements, we've improved it. There's another way. Look, see, we can also edit barrier in this one. Add. Put him in there. Grab him. Sounds silly. Any space you can give them. any space I can give them. Will be more space than they currently have. Right, how are we looking? Like, that is like considerably larger now. And yeah, they've gone up to 69. That is a pretty good effort, all things considering. We probably need to up their food enrichment. So in the habitat, we don't have anything to do that with. So what we'll want to do is, oh, there we go, we've cured that disease. That's useful as hell. So this guy here, we want you researching the spotted hyenas. The mandrills now, we've done exceptionally well in this episode, I just want to say. Just to try and... Mandrills have got a bit more of a spacious area now, and they're pretty happy. But one of the issues they were having, hard shelter's a bit of an issue here. But not a lot I can do about that. Eyes on the roof! Cute. This one's just climbing on nothing. But what we can do here now is go to there, go rid of that. Species, the mandrill. Oh, I'm wondering, can you type in man? Yeah, and it will come up with the mandrill stuff. That's cool. Okay, I'm sort of happier now, knowing that that's the case. So the big issue they were having was toy enrichment, and I'm assuming this block of ice is a toy they were like playing with. I suspect. Yeah, they are, but they like loads of toys, man. Look at the toy enrichment requirements they need. They're not fussed by sprinklers, but they like the ice blocks. We've got a few more ice blocks in. Some more ice blocks? We can have some more ice blocks. Yeah, they're really not happy. It's so hard to please. The toy enrichment's not good. They really need loads of shit to play with. Mandrills, fucking hell. So annoyingly pointless. But oh well, I suppose there's not a lot we can do about that other than appease our guests and our mandrills. Oh man, what a pain. Right, this has really been such a stressful episode. So we've done the spotted hyenas, they're at least happier now. Guys aren't visiting them because they can't see them, is going to be my guess. So if we can get that across there, let's make it glass. Let's increase the glass, or decrease the glass deficit, so people can see them. And then let's get donation boxes, facilities. Donation box 1, donation box 2, and hopefully some guests come and see the spotted hyenas. I've gone to a lot of effort to ensure that we have done the good news is we've done that, but we still have 2 protesters. I don't know what they're protesting. Can we find them? I need a workshop still. I've literally gone all this time without a workshop. Ah! That's the problem. I need a workshop. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's good, it's good. Let's put a workshop down. Because this is broken, we need to call a mechanic, but... Oh crap, I don't want to split it from group. Select group. Edit. Facilities. Staff facilities. Workshop. Select group, edit, facilities, we'll get there, workshop. Again, not too worried about making it look pretty right now, it's the fact that we need a workshop is the most important thing. Yeah, so that's okay. The key, I don't understand why we've got 2 protesters here. Welfare and guest need heat maps. sure. What these two processors are. Are they those two? No. None of them would just be happiness, surely. None of my animals are overly unhappy now. So, I guess my giraffes could be happy now. I don't know. Yeah, they got no food enrichment. But it doesn't matter, they haven't grabbed any protesters. It's empty, there's nothing in there. Just close it, we don't need it. I'm confused then, where are my protesters? Fighting for alpha status. I guess we've got two males now. Jonas, look at the trade centre. It's so frustrating because I've done the mission. Protesters are shown in the animal welfare and guest need heat lamps, but I can't see the protesters. Wait, what's wrong with him? Stress. Okay, it's not too bad, I suppose. Oh, they're there. Found the pricks. What are they protesting? About Roberto. Oh, this is easy. Yes. Just as exhibit. So frustrating. 32 degrees, do you reckon? Let's go 32 degrees. Increase humidity massively. 91 degrees. Probably. No, too hot. Too humid. 84 will do. Temperature, it's a little off. Nice. Now complain, biatch. Complain, I dare ya. Complain. You're a horrible scum. I don't know what to do, because I fixed this guy's habitat. Like, they're going to be well unhappy now that I fixed it. Speed this up a little bit. They can only complain for so long, can't they? They're still in the zoo. Should we watch them leave? You can't complain about me. Leave my zoo faster, please. Leave my zoo faster, please. They will leave. There's the exit. Oh, yeah, nothing to complain about here. There we go. You keep walking to my exit, you son of a bitch. You keep walking. Absolutely 100% mission accomplished. And I'm still in first person view.
Thank you. It's such a relief not to have the sound of those protesters in my ears all the time. I wouldn't mind so much if they paid to get in. Still, despite those losses, my accountants tell me you've hit the profit forecast.
Yes.
Good news, my friend. This month, you get paid.
There we go. So we did it. We got rid of those pesky protesters, and we did bronze in this. I know it's been a bit, sort of bit all over the place. What the plan will be, hopefully, as long as I've got some usable footage in there somewhere, is I'll probably tone it down. This has been sort of the live stream, but what I'll do is I'll sort of push it into an episode and and try and push it out without the issues we were having at the beginning of the episode. So I apologise for that. But thank you very much for tuning in. And just thank you very much for, like, sharing and subscribing. Remember, if you do wish to donate, the donate button is just underneath in the description below. And yeah, I will, I guess, catch you guys on the most stressful flippity flip. Thank you and good night.